What's up, y'all? This is Corey from the OverLook, and we go over the books you may have overlooked. We're going to be covering the second volume of Gerard Wey, Nick Derrington, and Laura Allred's Doom Patrol. As of today, we have reached 1,300 subscribers and almost 25,000 watch hours. That's a lot of time, and I don't think I can really fathom how much. So, I just wanted to take a chance to thank you all again for sticking with Jen and I as we try to balance this whole work-life podcast thing. Anyway, besides going in on too much of all that, let's begin. But before we get started, let's ask, how have you been, Niles Caulder? A man well past his prime who carries an unassuming aura. Niles will certainly notice you before you notice him. And today, Niles is stalking Larry Traynor. He followed Larry to the local mall and has been keeping a safe distance between the two. For instance, as Larry makes his way to the food court and orders himself a meal, Niles hides behind an indoor plant next to the restrooms. Niles Caulder is a peculiar man, and those that know him don't trust him. "Hey!" Robot Man yells, scaring Niles. "Of all the no-good, lousy..." "Cliff!" Niles interrupts, deliberately lowering his voice. "Funny running into you here. Are you shopping for some new dungarees? Perhaps an engagement ring?" Cliff ignores the question. "What are you doing here, and why are you spying on us?" "I've been reading about the rogue ions they're apparently putting in Kung Pao chicken. It's all over the deep web." At that moment, Larry sees, or more likely, hears the two arguing and walks over to greet them. "Hey, Chief, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a minute." "Why are you talking to this guy like he was your bunkmate in basic? He's a dangerous and deluded psychopath." Niles smiles. "Really, Cliff? You're just throwing around buzzwords. To answer your question, Larry, I've recently come to learn that the Doom Patrol has reformed, and, to my understanding, lacks proper leadership. I'm here to offer my services." Much to Cliff's chagrin, Niles asks the two why they would settle for good when they could be great. If they want to see the Doom Patrol return to their former glory, if they want to save the world at large in the way only the world's strangest heroes can, if so, Niles is their man. "Absolutely not," Cliff grunts. Larry shrugs. "Now hold on a minute, Cliff. He's got a point. We could be doing so much more. We're pretty aimless right now. I mean, look at us. We're at the mall." "Because you told me that's where you go to clear your head. And I figured if you cleared your head, we could plan our next move." "And knowing this is where you go to clear your head, Larry, is precisely how I found you both," Niles says. "I never forget the important details." "So, you obviously remember that very important detail where you caused all our accidents in order to turn us into superhuman oddities so we could execute your needlessly complex and self-serving plans." Niles lowers his head. "It's not something I'm proud of, Cliff. But I've spent many years reflecting on activities such as those, and I like to think I've done some learning and growing. I want to heal this world of hurt. I'll let you both discuss it. Find me at the Orange Julius stand when you've prepared to take charge of your destiny. Later, Casey Brink is across the street from her still broken apartment, stapling missing ads on a light post. Her cat, Lotion, has been missing since all that business in space with the Vectra. She really misses him. Suddenly, she hears a roar of laughter over her shoulder. I can't with you. You're too much. Then, there was that time Cliff got duped by a phony guru and walked into a speeding truck. Larry and Niles continue to laugh with each other as Cliff raises a hand to wave at Casey. Any luck finding Lotion? Still nothing, she sighs. I've been to all the shelters in the city and canvassed the whole neighborhood with posters, but I've got no leads. Larry then takes some time to introduce Niles as the chief, founder, and former leader of the original Doom Patrol. And he is going to be leading the team again for kind of a trial run. Moreover, Niles offers Casey his assistance. It has come to his attention that Casey is an amputee, and he can fix that for her. However, Larry says that can wait as he drags Cliff into Dannyland to tell Jane the good news. She is apprehensive at best. Niles Caulder, leading the team again. Are you sure this is a good idea? Larry brushes off her concern. I know what you're thinking. This is the guy who caused the accidents and experimented on other individuals and masterminded a plot to destroy the world using nanotechnology and turn the other half into freaks of nature. And Larry, interrupting Jane, remembers the times he met Niles in his subconscious. I hear what you're saying, but I really think he's changed this time. I can't explain it, but I just have a really good feeling about this. Well, you don't need my permission, but my psyche is still recovering from the struggle with Dr. Harrison, so I'll be staying here to continue mending. And Flex is acclimating the remaining cult members to Dannyland, so I guess that means you three will be on your own for now. Later, within the laboratory of Dr. Niles Caulder, the chief instructs Negative Man to equip the uniform that he has prepared for the occasion. Negative Man obliges, but has some concerns. I don't know, Niles. I can't really move my fingers in these new bandages you gave me, and they're really making me sweat. What was the purpose of them again? The chief removes the metallic calf and foot from Space Case's leg and prepares a jar full of a mysterious blue goop. Without looking at Negative Man, he responds, the sacred nature of the bandages you received from the negative entity mean they are likely vulnerable to witchcraft and other forms of sorcery. So I've switched you over to my new and improved treated plastic bandages similar to your original ones. Now, Miss Brink, if you would be so kind as to scoot a little closer. The chief dunks a popsicle stick into the blue substance and continues to spread it across the bottom of Space Case's leg. I'm applying a chemical compound I call Grobel to your residual limb. It'll feel cold and itch like the dickens, but once the Grobel activates, there will be no stopping what it can do. And look, presto, new leg. Take these pills and put this on and thank me later. Space Case stares in disbelief as a new foot and calf sprout out of her extremity. In even more disbelief that the chief didn't give her much time to decompile all of this before pushing her aside. At that moment, the hissing of steam fills the air as a machine door opens and Robot Man appears, slightly different from before. "The brain transfer is complete," the chief cheers. "Looks like our Robot Man is ready for the spotlight." "I'm practically naked," Robot Man barks as he examines himself. "You're free. Expose your form for all to see and let that wonderful body breathe, man. Also, the experimental Oriya metal that body is made of prefers to be exposed to fresh air. But you're virtually impenetrable in it. Now, if you'll follow me this way." As the chief leads Robot Man and Negative Man to the other side of the lab, they run into Space Case, who is now donning the uniform the chief gave her. The clothes don't exactly fit Casey's style, but the sight fills Niles with a rush of nostalgia. "Rita! I mean, Miss Brink. I see the customary honor garb of our cadre suits you well." "Is there a reason we have to wear these?" "Research proves that soldiers fight harder in uniform. It also reduces casualties due to friendly fire. Now, if I could have all of your attention." The team leans in as the chief tells them they have an infestation. Creatures that make you wake up in the middle of the night, covered in sweat, spouting bad idea after bad idea. They've got Scants. The trio of heroes repeat the strange word back in confusion, and the chief echoes back the word once again in confirmation. Scants. Scants are creatures from another dimension that place bad ideas in your head. When your brain accepts these bad ideas as good ideas, a substance called idiot secretes from your ears. The Scants then harvest this secretion and take it back to their home dimension, where they refine it. And things really start getting interesting. Furthermore, when a human acts on these bad ideas, an even more powerful type of idiot is produced. Scants are always in the room. You just don't know how to see them. After an awkward silence, Space Case asks, "So, how do you find them?" The chief quickly turns around in his chair. "By freezing your face mid-sentence, and..." The chief, like he said, freezes, and suddenly, a number of creatures begin to appear out of nowhere. Some crawl on the floor, some the ceiling. The ends of their limbs cling to the flat surfaces like melted wax. The team reels back in disgust. That's when the chief turns back around and tells them that if they kindly follow him into the next room, they can begin their journey.